Many people think that stimulating the clitoris and making a woman climax is the entire story of female orgasm. But clitoral climax alone is not the full female orgasmic experience. When sex is focused only on getting a quick clitoral release, a woman is often getting a very limited and sometimes unsatisfying version of what her body is truly capable of feeling. There are actually several different kinds of orgasms women can experience, and most men only know one or two of them at best. What I'm about to share comes from years of working with women and supporting them in developing their natural orgasmic capacity. I'll guide you through different types of orgasms, moving from the least enriching to the most powerful and transformative experiences many people never discover in their entire lives. I'm Dr. Evelyn Hartwell, your trusted men's health advisor, and my goal is to help you understand a deeper, more connected, more fulfilling approach to female pleasure. The first thing many men misunderstand is this: chasing only the clitoral climax often shuts down the body's ability to experience deeper, fuller, more expansive orgasmic states. The nervous system does not work the way most people assume. An orgasm is not just one single event that happens and ends. It is a state the body can enter, a flowing activity within the nervous system that can continue, deepen, and expand. By the end of this, you'll see why so much of what you've been taught about female orgasm actually limits pleasure instead of enhancing it. At the lowest level of my ranking is the classic clitoral climax. This is what most people think of when they hear the phrase female orgasm. You stimulate the clitoris, tension builds, there is a release, and then it's over. It can be very intense in the moment, but often brief. For many women, this is actually the hardest orgasm to achieve. It can take repetitive stimulation, pressure, focus, and sometimes a lot of anxiety about getting there, which can make it even more difficult. This is why even when a woman climaxes during sex, she may still feel unsatisfied afterward. The experience can feel mechanical, goal-focused, and tiring rather than deeply fulfilling. Even if you make this type of orgasm easier or more reliable, it will still usually remain the least enriching emotionally and energetically compared to what else is possible. Next is the G-spot orgasm, which involves stimulating the area on the front wall of the vagina. Some women experience this with fingers, and others may feel it during penetration at certain angles. The mistake many people make is expecting the G-spot orgasm to feel exactly like the clitoral climax. For some women it does, but for many it doesn't. Instead of one big build and release, there may be waves or peaks of intensity that come and go while stimulation continues. Another important piece is that the G-spot isn't simply there, ready to respond at any moment. It can be active and very sensitive, or it can be inactive and feel like nothing at all. When someone tries to stimulate it aggressively right away, it often shuts down instead of awakening. Gentle arousal and emotional presence are key before moving into stronger stimulation. When approached with patience, the G-spot can become much more sensitive and capable of producing powerful pleasure. There is another kind of orgasmic experience many people don't know about at all, which I call orgasmic waves. These can arise from clitoral or G-spot stimulation, but the intention is completely different. Instead of trying to force a climax, the focus is on awakening sensitivity, slowly increasing pleasure, and allowing orgasmic energy to move through the body. The result is not just a quick release, but an ongoing state in which a woman feels deeply orgasmic, relaxed, and flooded with pleasure. This can last far longer than a single climax, and often creates profound emotional release and connection. Many women actually find this easier to experience than a quick peak orgasm when pressure and expectations are removed. Now, let's talk about vaginal orgasms. One common experience is what I call a false vaginal orgasm. During penetration, the clitoris can be stimulated indirectly and climax may occur. Because it happens during intercourse, people assume it's vaginal. In reality, it is still primarily a clitoral climax that simply feels different because the vagina is also being stimulated. Not many women climax this way, and chasing this specific outcome can create stress that actually blocks pleasure. It can feel good, but it's still limited compared to deeper orgasmic states. The next level is what I call true vaginal orgasmicity. Instead of one single event, the whole vagina becomes alive, sensitive, and deeply responsive. Pleasure spreads inward and outward from multiple areas: the entrance, the G-spot, the cervix, and the sensation radiates through the whole body. This is not about rubbing one spot or forcing a reaction. It's about building trust, presence, arousal, and full body engagement so that the vagina naturally awakens into an orgasmic state. When this happens, sex becomes profoundly enriching, emotional, and deeply satisfying instead of performance-focused. Then we arrive at cervical orgasmicity. When the cervix becomes open, relaxed, and receptive, its stimulation can trigger incredibly intense orgasms that move through the entire system. For many women, this area is initially guarded because of past painful experiences or rough penetration. But with patience, care, and respect, it can become one of the most powerful sources of pleasure, producing overwhelming release and emotional depth. Many women actually find this easier to access than clitoral climax once the body feels safe. Finally, there is the full body orgasmic state. Here, the entire being becomes involved in pleasure. The woman feels alive everywhere: skin, breath, heart, emotions. Touch anywhere can feel electric. It is not limited to the genitals. The whole nervous system is in an orgasmic rhythm, and the pleasure can go on building without a need for a sharp ending or release. In this state, sex becomes less about achieving orgasm and more about sharing energy, intimacy, and deep connection. The real key to all of this is changing how you think about sex. Instead of trying to make her come, focus on presence, safety, connection, and exploration. Learn to arouse her whole body, not just one small part of it. Know that her capacity for orgasm grows over time through trust, relaxation, emotional intimacy, and repeated positive experiences. When the goal disappears and the connection deepens, her body naturally opens into these richer, orgasmic possibilities. And the most important truth of all is this: orgasms themselves are not the ultimate prize. The real gift of sex is the experience of closeness, love, playfulness, joy, and aliveness that unfolds between two people. Orgasms are simply a natural outcome of deep connection, not a test you have to pass or a performance you have to perfect. When you stop chasing results and truly make love, everything else follows. Related to this script, female pleasure is not a single destination, but a spectrum of experiences that develop with communication, patience, emotional safety, and mutual respect. Every woman is different. Every body responds uniquely, and the greatest skill any partner can develop is listening deeply to her words, her reactions, and her boundaries, so both of you can share a more fulfilling and connected sexual experience.